Okay. Welcome back, Trevor.
Welcome back, Danielle. This is awesome. This is our third episode now of Gapit50 Unpacked.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is the first time you're watching us, what we do in our Unpacked episodes, Danielle?
Is we look at the vlogs that Trevor has done from our trip. That we did from our trip to Europe. And they're like 10 minutes long. So they're good, but there's more that we can talk about, more that we can share. And so that's what the unpacking is all about.
Yeah, so we unpack the episode for you, and we'll give you some information that's not in the vlog. We'll share some tips and travel pieces that we liked, didn't like, struggles in the particular vlog. So the way we do it, we'll watch about 2 minutes, and we'll pause it, and we'll have a bit of a yarn with you about what we saw and what we did. And then we'll watch the next 2 minutes and so on. And before you know it, you've got heaps of amazing tips and tricks. And we've enjoyed rewatching our holiday because this is one of our earlier vlogs.
And
we haven't looked at this for ages.
And this is one of our favourite places. So.
Yeah, so this is a excuse me. This is a really special place to us, right? Because this is the biggest secret, the hidden secret in the whole of Europe that we think we discovered, and we're going to tell you all about it. Before we do that, though, I just wanted to talk about two little things that we used a lot on the trip, because this is not just about talking to you about Kotor in Montenegro. We also want to talk about an app and a payment method that we used a lot. Now, we're not paid by
either
these
of them
people to do this and talk to you about it.
No.
But and the beauty of the first one, WhatsApp. What's WhatsApp, Danielle?
Well, you have Messenger that we use. You use text messages. You use, what else? WeChat. And then we have WhatsApp, which you can use anywhere. And it's a great way just to get a hold of people from any country, any place that you're going to.
Yeah, and the beauty of WhatsApp is you can set it up on your phone while you're at home. You can download the app. It's free to download. It's free to use. It connects over Wi-Fi or mobile data, which is super helpful because when you're traveling, your SIM that you might buy, your travel SIM, may not have a local calling number and stuff. And so with WhatsApp, you have the opportunity just to connect to the internet and bang, you're sending messages. We used it a lot with who? Taxi drivers, hosts.
Yeah, probably those were the main two.
Yeah, if we were trying to book something, a tour, we'd also use it to connect with the booking agent or the tour guides. Yeah, they would.
Yep. And what was the other thing?
Okay, the second thing, so WhatsApp, green icon, little phone thing in it, get it. The second thing, talk to us about Wise, our payment methods.
So another thing that, this one is actually really important that you set it up before you go.
Yeah.
Because you need to, there's steps in it that you need to prove your address, where you live, your home, so that they can see that you're a real person and that you have a real home. And so that was something we set up before we left. You can just, you don't need a card for it. You can just use your phone.
It's fully digital way.
Yeah, but we found that we both had a card each, didn't we? We found that was actually, we thought, we'll just get a card each. And actually, that was really good that we had a card each. So that's important. If you're going to travel with it, definitely get your own cards for it. And you can put any currency on it, and you can, the way we've mentioned that we traveled is we might be in a city for 2 days, and then another one for 2 days, and then another one for 3 days, and then we leave the country. We might only be in a country for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So we're constantly needing to change our currency. With Wise, you can do that, and it doesn't, do it really quickly between each other, with friends, and there is no cost.
Yeah, so there might be a fraction of the cost for a transfer.
Tiny.
Yeah, but literally it takes seconds.
Yeah.
And it's so easy just to, you can share money from a phone number, from an email address. You can scan a code or give them a code.
That's right, yeah. Because, we found in Europe a lot of things you paid for was just, here, scan the code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my contribution around Wise is this. I'll put a code in the details section of this vlog. If you click on that, that link will take you to Wise, and it will say, oh, I have invited you to Wise. You'll get a free account. I think in a free card, I don't know. But click on the link and see what happens. But Danielle's right about the card. So that was tricky because you had to prove some stuff, your home address, your proper legal name. You had to give them like proof of where you live and your details. So that's, if you don't get that right, you won't get the physical card. If you want to take money out of a hole in the wall, you are going to need
a card
to have a card.
Yeah.
And for the hassle we had kind of setting Danielle's up, it was hard to find her on a letter that had been sent to our home address for some reason.
I think we had a lot of our with a PO box. That's why.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of residential address.
You need the physical address.
Mail.
Yeah.
But if you can prove your address, your identity, passport's easy.
Yeah.
Power bill to your house, you won't have any trouble at all.
And the great thing with it is that you don't end up with all these coins from all these different countries. Of course, you know, if you want to collect a coin or two, but you know, you don't come home with coins from all these different countries, and be like, oh, will I ever use this again? Probably not. Shall I take it into the bank? Well, it's a waste of time because it's so insignificant. So you can just do it in the phone, on the app, just move the money around.
Highly recommend WhatsApp and Wise. They will be your two best friends.
Yeah.
You can thank us when you get back from your trips. Just put a comment and just say, yeah, thanks heaps. I used it all the time. And we certainly used them both when we were in Kotor. So shall we kick into this?
Yeah.
Are you going to control it or should you want me to?
You go.
Okay, here we go. So here's our first segment of Kotor Montenegro. I think people have even heard of it.
If you've heard of Dubrovnik, Croatia, head south and you eventually make your way to Kotor. If you head south to the point of the land and go in.
Yeah. This place blew our minds. Let's go.
Yeah.
Time to cue the Willie Nelson song On the Road Again. And it's pack up and shift time. Another country today. This will be country number 10. Okay, so we are at the bus station. And what I'd just say about the bus station here in Dubrovnik is taxis are all waiting here. They're going to be double the price of whatever you get on an Uber or a Bolt. So Bolt should be your first choice if you're looking for a taxi. Uber your second choice, and then if you get really stuck, go with one of the taxis that are here. There's food here, there's drink here, stuff that you need to get on the road with. And of course there's a toilet, which is €1. That €1 will buy you a clean space though, and that's what's good about paying for it. But there are some hidden costs that you might have to pay at the bus station. So to stow a bag, you've got to pay €2. That's a bit of a surprise here, but also read that somewhere, so not that big a surprise. We've been travelling nearly about an hour, and we've just come to what looks like the border. So this could take half an hour, it could take 2 hours, we have no idea. Let's hope it's quick. Okay, that's good. We've moved really quickly through the line to get to the front checkpoint stuff. If this is the last video you ever see of us, I love you. Okay, we've got through one checkpoint, and that was Croatia stamping us out.
And now we've been back on the bus about 2 minutes, and we've come to the next checkpoint, which is entering Montenegro.
So you definitely want your passport stamped because that gives you evidence of Schengen dates that you've come and gone.
Yeah, because they're pretty strict on those.
Yeah, and don't take photos when you get off the bus out in the general areas. Apparently that's a €250 fine.
Country number 11. 10. 11. Country number 11.
Is it? Okay, that's a great place to just pause and talk about the just a couple of things around the buses. And our bus driver, I could swear he played basketball for Croatia or something. He was like 6'9", just a big beast of a man. He was huge. But so we got charged at the bus stop, and this was some stuff that if you don't know about, you should know about. This isn't just specific to when you're busing out of Dubrovnik. A lot of buses will have extra charges.
Yeah, a few places, not everywhere we went, but a few places, they would want €2 or €3 from you to put your bag under the bus.
Yeah, so they'll give you a ticket, put a ticket on your bag, give you a copy, and that costs you $2. And then also in a couple of the bus stops we've been through, they charged you $2 platform fee.
Oh yeah. So they would have like it would be fenced off. You couldn't like just go up to the bus. And then when it was time to board the bus, they would like open a gate. You'd pay your $2, go over to the bus, then you'd pay another $2 to put your bag underneath.
And if you forgot to go to the toilet, you'd run back, pay another $1, and go to the toilet. So there are costs at bus stations. If you're bussing around, have some coins.
Yes.
That will be important to you. Yeah. Now, just on that border stuff, I just wanted to touch on that for a couple of reasons. The first one is Schengen days. So what can you remember about Schengen days?
Oh gosh, I can't remember how many. We were allowed 90 Schengen days.
In 180. So in a 6-month period, you're allowed to be 3 months in European Union countries.
So look those up. If you're planning to go and you're planning to go for 3 months or longer, definitely look up what are the Schengen countries. We were quite mindful of that, and at times it was like, okay, well, let's get out of the Schengen countries and go to a country that is not for a little while and then come back again, because we didn't want to go over the limit. I think actually in the end, did we have like 3 days left up our sleeve?
We had very few.
Yeah, we used as many of them as we could.
So just when you go through from Croatia to Montenegro, through that border, Croatia is in the EU, so any day you spend there is taking days off your calendar. When we got into Montenegro, they weren't at that stage in the EU, and so any days in Montenegro didn't count against us. Yeah, which is good because if you're going for a long time, particularly, you've got to be careful about those days in the Schengen. So make sure they stamp your passport.
Yeah, and Trev mentioned like between the two checkpoints, there's like this zone or area, and you don't want to be taking any photos and not being silly, and just really listen to the instructions of where to stand and not move away from where they've asked you to stand.
Yeah, and it's funny because on that I just heard myself saying, I hear the words coming out of my mouth, now if you never hear from us again, I love you. And the reason is like we'd spent a day with a tour guide in Dubrovnik, and he said to us, guys, look, be careful, please, when you go to Montenegro and Albania. This is not Croatia. It is very dangerous there. And so
we were like, okay.
If you've seen those movies, though, you've seen Albanian dudes, and they normally put you in an ice bath, and you wake up and you've got a liver missing or a kidney. So we're a little bit like, okay, here we go, into the thick of it.
But it wasn't like that at all.
And the border crossing was a really easy crossing for us. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get back onto the trip.
Oh, and we also mentioned, you can see as we are traveling on the bus, it was about 2.5 to 3 hours from Dubrovnik down the coast.
Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah.
And then inland to Kotor. Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful scenery.
Let's go. Okay, we are in Montenegro. It's very warm. The lake the ocean is calling. It's just over here. Starving first though. Okay, we are in Montenegro because of the amazing coastline. We don't have a waterfront apartment. We're back probably 2 from the water. We've got to walk down some stairs and that to get in the water, and not this way though. I've just got lost. So maybe you go down this way, I'm not too sure. But it is swim time, it's 30+ degrees. Our taxi driver told us where we are on our apartment. We're actually on the main road, and she said you have to go down to the water, and that is on the down road. It's so literal, I love it. Oh heck, I think we've just found paradise. This is a movie set. What the heck? It looks fake. It doesn't even look real. Maldives are looking for something to jump off. You can't trust the Maldi, right? You put them next to water, they look for something high so they can do a bomb. This looks like a good enough place for a bomb to me. So one of the interesting things my friends keep asking me from home is, are there any kaimoana or seafood around where we are? So the short answer is yeah, there's kutai. They're pretty small whānau. Cracked one, had a taste, not very sweet. Don't know if you should eat these or not, but we'll find out tomorrow if the kutais are safe to eat. But yeah, pretty small. Actually, there's a big one down there. Yeah, see, trust the Māori, eh? Wants to do a bomb and look for kutai and kaimoana. So we're just taking a while. Okay, so I just need to clarify a couple of things about this last clip. And but before we talk about the seafood and the indigenous peoples of New Zealand, let's first just jump back to when we arrived in Kotor, because you talked about the drive in. Talk us through that, just from your memory of how beautiful that was.
Yeah, it's like further back in the video, you would have seen like hills and then hills and then hills in the distance. And so it's like you drive in and then in and then in again before you get to Kotor. So it's this beautiful little bay that seems very safe and secure from, you know, the sea way out there, and the water's just flat. And when you're on the water and you look back, you know, there's houses all the way around, but they don't go very far up the mountain.
No, yeah.
So it seems like quite a small population, but I'm sure in the summer, when they get like 4 or 5 ships a day, that the population just goes crazy. For us, though, the time of the year that we went, it was quiet, and so it was just beautiful. We almost felt like when we were down the water there that we had the whole place to ourselves.
Yeah, it was great, but it was 30 degrees, so the weather was just amazing.
Yeah, it was nice.
And definitely swimmable. What I'll say too there is you'll be in taxis when you're in this area. There wasn't a lot of regular public transport.
Yes, that's right.
So to get from the main bus station in Kotor, we weren't able to just wait for a public bus and then get to our
because it is such a small place. Yeah, and we were like,
probably about 3 or 4 k's away.
Yeah,
maybe longer.
Well, I think it was a little bit longer. But yeah.
So it's a taxi ride, and the taxis are all very similar in price. But what you can do is, this is why you need WhatsApp, and that's why I brought it up at the start, is if you can get the phone number for a taxi company when you're at the bus stop, which they're everywhere, just send them a WhatsApp message and say where you are and where you'd like to go. Ask them for the price, and then they'll send a car to you. So we use WhatsApp to contact taxi drivers right through our time that we were in Kotor.
That's right, yeah.
And
like, we had one taxi driver, and it was like, we'll ring you in 2 days to take us to
you've got a nice big car. We've got big bags. We'll come with you in a couple of days. Like, just text me and I'll be there. So that was cool. Okay, now here's the thing. So in New Zealand, Danielle and I are both Māori. We're both from indigenous peoples of New Zealand. My tribes are in the north. I belong to the Ngāpuhi and Te Rarawa tribe. Danielle
are in a little bit more the mid-north, Te Rarawa and Ngāti Ranginui.
Yeah, so Danielle's from the Rotorua Bay of Plenty area. And so we look a bit fairer than probably a lot of Māori people in New Zealand, but we are. And so one of our sort of inside jokes as Māori is we love the ocean because it's got seafood, and we love to dive and gather kai, or food from the sea. And the other thing that, particularly with the men, we like jumping off high things and making big splashes. And you'll see me doing that around the world. I introduced,
in a few places
introduced a lot of people to what we call bombs or manus. And so when I'm saying typical Maori looking for something to jump off or seafood, that's what I did. And so
generally I was the one behind the camera, but I don't know where I was right at this one.
You were probably wading in the water then. But I did have some of those mussels. And there were mussel farms not far around the corner. And
that's
remember when we came around? And so these had obviously fallen off mussel farms and just set where they were, and they were fine. There's no worries. Water was so clean. Yeah.
You see the mountain ranges all the way around a limestone, so the water is just crystal clear. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. I was just going to say quickly before we go back on though, our Airbnb, the neighbour that was next to us, we'd walk down that path to swim.
That's where our
access to the
Yeah,
water was.
they told us to use that.
And then the neighbour locked the gate behind us when we went through it, so we had to walk all the way back around the road. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go for another 2 minutes. Wander along the waterfront here. Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
So the freakiest thing about this is the contrast with the ocean and these mountains. It's like, how does that work? It's like being in Queenstown. If you think about the Remarkables, picture the Remarkable mountain ranges, or the Southern Alps along Kotor.
Milford Sound.
This is it, like Milford Sound. This is it. It's amazing, just so beautiful. Okay, the other freaky thing here, what is so different to home, is the beaches are just stones. There's no sand at all. It's just all stone. All pebbles, yeah, it's crazy. So we're at a place 2-minute walk from our place.
Beautiful. Look how beautiful that is.
Dinner tonight. Here's our wonderful host. We are at Premiere on Lake Kotor. Oh, this is going to be tough. This will be tough.
Oh, look at that.
It is golden hour, and look at this behind us here. Wow, the view is amazing. The sunset has been beautiful.
Oh, who are those two over there?
Canadians at large.
Go.
But yeah, look at this. We've just been out for dinner here behind us at Premiere, and what a beautiful place to spend an hour or two just relaxing. Look at it. Wow, we've woken up to another amazing day here in Kotor. We got woken up a bit early because our neighbour again decided to start weed eating, chainsawing and doing work on the lawns and garden. 7 o'clock in the morning, that's a thing here. Never mind the fact that it might be the weekend. Let's get out and enjoy this day though. Okay, so that had to be one of our favourite dinner spots.
Oh, yeah. We went back again another night.
I almost want to say in the whole world, but we haven't seen the whole world yet. We've only done 49 countries on the Gapit 50.
Yeah, and I think that was because we were right on the water. The view was beautiful. The sunsets were beautiful. The food was really good, but it was really quiet, you know. It wasn't a really jam-packed, noisy restaurant.
Yeah.
Because there was only a few diners, you know, sprinkled around
Yeah,
the restaurant, which was great for us, but probably not so great for their business.
Yeah, I'm sure in some of they're crazy. They're a lot busier.
Yeah.
But if you like, honestly, if you're ever in Montenegro, if you're in Kotor, please go to Premiere. Check them out. They're not paying us to say anything. Just the experience of being that you can put your foot in the water from the table.
Yeah.
And just be there at sunset, watch that sun come down, because there's a few memories that stick with us from our different travels to different countries, and that moment of the sun setting over the water in Kotor Montenegro.
The mountains was lovely.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
Absolutely can't beat it. Danielle's also just teasing me about the swish in my hair, which, you know, I did go on a journey on this trip. I decided I was going to grow a beard and I was going to grow my hair long.
So that was the start of the growth.
Yeah.
It got way longer.
My swish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we sort of try and compare the stark beauty of Kotor with something we've seen in New Zealand. The closest we can get is like Milford Sound. Yeah. Where the mountains push up out of the water.
Yes. Yeah. But you only got that one end where where the rest, you know, where a hotel is, and then pretty much all the rest is just
wildlife and conservation.
Yeah, you can't drive around it like we did with Kotor.
So if you're not understanding us yet, we recommend you go to Montenegro.
Yeah.
We definitely recommend you spend some time in Kotor too, because
just not in summer.
Special place. Yeah, really special place. All right, next piece. These mountains continue to amaze. We're off into the old town for a wander around, and then we've got a boat tour at 12.
To appreciate the beauty of God's creations.
We've arrived ready to go out for our cruise today. Here's our boat.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Yeah, so
comfortable.
If we get a bit tired, we might have a nap.
Sounds good.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, so we're heading into Kotor Old Town. It looks like this is around 2,000 years old. 2,000 years old. What? Let's get into that old city.
It's nice and quiet this time in the morning.
Yeah, come early in the morning, there's no one around, it's really great. Our group is on a walking tour here with Grigor. Of course his name's Grigor, he's from the Balkans. I actually highly recommend these things. These free walking tours are free. You're expected to tip at the end of them, maybe €5, maybe 10, depends how much you've enjoyed the tour, I guess. We've been on this for about 30 minutes, it goes for about an hour and a half. €10, €5, you get a lot of information, and this is a neat place. How cool is this place? So just looking at the restaurants and stuff that are around here, the prices aren't too bad. You can get an English breakfast, $8.50. Eggs Benedict for about $7 or $8 or euro. It's quite cheap compared to where we have been. Holy smokes! You come around the corner, bingo. How do they just keep doing this? Keep impressing us everywhere.
Montenegro.
So this is probably a good spot to just pause for a minute.
Look at that.
Looking at it again, like it just blows your mind how you've got this 1,000-year-old town, and then just the most beautiful cliffs that run up the walls. Like it's mind blowing, and when you see it with your own eyes and not just on a vlog,
Yeah.
it's really something else. And this is a very pretty old town.
It is. And you know, the thing is, we did not have enough time there.
Yeah.
Like we stayed there 2 nights or 3 nights?
Yeah, like 3 days.
3 days. 2 nights, 3 days. We really should have stayed there longer.
This Kotor's probably our biggest regret in the Gapit50 trip. And the reason we didn't plan anything around it is we didn't know anything about it. We really didn't. But the reality was, it's beautiful, it's inexpensive, it wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
And we like, when we got to Albania, Albania.
To the place in Albania that we went to next.
We were like, oh, we should have stayed in Kotor.
Yeah.
It just was stark comparison to beauty and price and everything. So
Yeah.
So a meal out was like $30. Our Airbnb for like 4 adults, 2-room apartment was like $80 a night.
And it was nice too. It was nice.
Yeah. So this is the place to stay.
Yeah.
I walked into and this was one of the first light shops I'd seen like that, where they had all the little lanterns.
Yeah.
Danielle fell in love with it, and this was the place I think we started the rule about shopping.
What was the rule?
If you can carry it, you can buy it.
Yes.
Why was that a rule?
So, you know, we're traveling for a very long time, so we have a specific size bag and weight, and we couldn't go over that. So when we buy things that we could carry, all I ended up with was fridge magnets.
Yeah, so that's a good rule if you're backpacking around the world as elderly people like us. If you can carry it, you can buy it, and that's right. And I said, Danielle, I'm not putting anything from your bag in my bag.
Yeah, so I didn't buy any other stuff except for fridge magnets.
Yeah. We're going to watch the last 2 minutes here. And I'm not sure if this is the bit when our friends Lloyd and Shelley, when they climbed the mountain.
Oh, and see that mount? See where the trees are behind us there? Yeah, they went up there, and we just watched them from down on the ground as they made their way up.
Couldn't even see them.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is amazing. We are in a little place which is in a bay, water, mountains, and the buildings are just awesome. In 1978 here there was quite a massive earthquake. It was just over 7 on the Richter scale. Just behind me here you can see this building here, and it has like metal rods on the outside of the walls. That is to show that these buildings survived the earthquake. And that just helps to stabilise.
So the beauty of a free walking tour is you can put whatever value you want on it. It's a koha thing. In New Zealand we call koha just like a gift, and so you can tip or koha to the guide. Our dude's been pretty good. It's been a good morning. We've learned heaps. You want to get in the old town. We really like old town vibes. So of all the places that we go, we try and stay away from the big city stuff, the modern architecture, because getting into a medieval village and just cruising around, wicked. So in terms of our time in Montenegro, can't go on about it enough. We just think you've got to go. I was looking at different cruises that run through that part of Europe. You can actually, there's some really neat cruise destination that use that as a destination. So if that's the only way you can get there, maybe go on a cruise. But definitely recommend you go over land there.
Yeah. No, I loved it there, and I would go back there.
Yeah, Danielle doesn't say that about a lot of the countries we visited. And probably for us, that's our enduring memory is a little bit of regret we didn't stay there longer.
Yeah.
We didn't know more about it before we went. But the next episode that we spend in Kotor, definitely watch that too, because that was another awesome experience. So have a
good day.
Go at it.